Hey guys, so just getting right into it right off the bat, we're going to be discussing something that happened over this past weekend, or a few days ago, can't really remember when it was, but essentially Tommy Andreason, one of the co-creators of Ninjago, you guys know him, the man, the myth, the legend, he's left Twitter temporarily, which I don't know why anyone in their right mind would want to leave Twitter. Twitter is the best platform ever when it comes to social media. There's a lot of lovely people on Twitter, and they could totally do no wrong. It's not like I boot up Twitter every morning and someone's getting canceled for some random reason that doesn't make much sense. Yeah, Twitter's not great, and it might be my least favorite social media that I have. Not because of the website itself. I mean, Twitter itself is Twitter, but some of the people on there, yeah, it's quite interesting. Let's just leave it at that. A few days ago, oh god, I'm kind of late to this, Tommy Andreason put out a long tweet stating that he was indeed temporarily leaving Twitter for the time being, which, like I said, wow, what a shocker. Why would anyone want to leave Twitter? That's insane. And why is that, you may ask? Why did Tommy Andreason decide to leave? Well, essentially, it's because of toxic Ninjago fans, which we're going to be getting into in today's video. So Tommy Andreason, going back to the subject, can we please get this man an award? The amount of borderline BS this guy has to put up with on his Twitter account on a daily basis is insane, and it's no wonder he eventually decided to delete the app off his phone. I would do the same thing if I was in his position. So the big thing is, once again, Tommy Andreason has left Twitter. Obviously, we've talked about Tommy Andreason's Twitter account a lot on this channel in the past. He tweets out various hints and clues to the next season of Ninjago, and I'm always trying to get onto that and find out, what exactly he means by various things that he tweets out. He obviously likes to drop little teasers and hints, but he never drops full-on spoilers, which is very important to keep in mind. So in terms of why he decided to leave Twitter, he dropped this massive tweet explaining why, and we're going to go ahead and read through this right now. Hi all, I will be going on a long Twitter hiatus soon. I am getting way too many spoiler-related questions. Ignoring questions and reminding people that I don't reveal future plot points doesn't give either myself or others any satisfaction, so time to pack it in. I will keep my profile and may do an odd tweet or post a drawing now and then, but I will be deleting the app from my devices so it won't be often. I will be back when I have something relevant to contribute with again, but it may be a good long while. Keep spinning out there. Yes, Tommy Andreason, keep spinning out there indeed, my friend. I'm so sorry to see you leave the platform. And I'm also kind of not really too sure what to think of this. So essentially the main reason why Tommy Andreason left was because he was getting way too many questions regarding spoilers. And honestly, I don't blame the guy for jumping ship. He has to deal with Ninjago's poor airing schedule and a lot of disrespect from fans. Every single time Ninjago kind of airs in another country sooner, people always flock to Tommy Andreason asking him, when is it going to be airing in this country or this country? And the guy doesn't know that. It's not like he's in charge of that kind of stuff. He just works on the show, man. It's not his job to go ahead and distribute the episodes. Other channels and other studios decide when they want to release those episodes, and if one studio decides to release it before literally everybody else, that's not really his problem. Granted, it's very inconvenient to him, obviously, because then you got people flocking to him asking questions prematurely. I could tell that Tommy Andreason doesn't really want to be talking about various things that happened in the island and Seabound, because in a lot of parts in the world, those two seasons are not out just yet, but they aired in other countries, so they're out and we've all seen them. But he doesn't really want to talk about them, and I could totally see why. Like I said, there's also a lot of disrespect from Ninjago fans, especially regarding spoilers, and it would make sense to me, once again, why Tommy Andreason decided to leave the platform. Like I said, though, he's not completely gone, he's just deleting it from his devices and whatnot, so his account is still there, obviously, so he can come back if he so desires, but I don't think we're going to see him back for a very long time. So like I said, I don't really blame the guy. It would make sense to me why he would decide to actually leave the platform, but at the same time, I don't really blame Ninjago fans for wanting to know what's coming next. Now hear me out on this one. We're kind of in a Ninjago drought right now. There's hardly any content until next year, and considering how season 15 or Seabound ended, yeah, people want answers, and I could totally see why Ninjago fans would go to Tommy Andreason, because he is one of the creators of the show. He presumably has a lot of the answers, or at least most of the answers. And like I said, considering how Seabound actually ended, with that big shocking twist ending that nobody really saw coming, yeah, I could totally see why people would want answers. However, that is no excuse to be an inconsiderate jerk, and there are too many people that are actually mad at Tommy Andreason for not giving out spoilers. For one, he doesn't have to. He doesn't want to. Leave the guy alone. For two, even if he wanted to, he really can't. I mean, that might jeopardize his actual position with LEGO if he just spoils the entire next year before it's even out yet. We're not even close to having the next season of Ninjago, so why exactly do you think he would give out spoilers? You can ask him questions about the show for sure, and he has given several answers regarding various things in the show that don't really make sense, or maybe just need a little bit more clarification, but he's not going to give out spoilers for the next season. You guys can wait, you guys can be patient. If Seabound's ending shocked you, good, that was the point. You'll be able to wait until next year, it'll come out, don't worry, it'll eventually come out, and then you can get answers regarding the ending of Seabound. Like I said, Tommy Andreason probably could give out spoilers if he really wanted to, but then that would probably sever his ties to LEGO, and we can't be having that. Hints are okay, of course, and Tommy Andreason, like I said previously on this video, is very much known for providing hints, but fully blown spoilers, never. We never really see him do that, so what exactly are you even thinking here? Tommy Andreason has said on his Twitter multiple times that he doesn't give answers regarding spoilers, but people still ask him anyway. Even on his goodbye post, there were still people asking for 2022 or Season 16 spoilers, and I honestly hope that they were joking here. I hope that nobody in those replies were serious, but who knows? I mean, they very well might be. Listen, a little bit of a PSA, it's okay to want to know more, but Tommy Andreason isn't the guy you need to go to. Stick to Ninjago theory channels if you want to go ahead and actually, get some type of hint as to what we can expect. Obviously, theory channels only know as much as you do, but it's a good place and a good network to interact with other Ninjago fans and kind of figure out what might be going on in the next storyline. Shameless plug, subscribe to the channel. For real though, leave the poor guy alone. He's left Twitter, so it's probably too late for that, and I'm gonna miss him for sure, but he'll be back eventually when we have something actually concrete and maybe something that he can comment on that's official. But until then, we're not going to be getting any more Tommy Andreason hints, which means hardly any speculation coming from Ninjago theory channels, so it really is the case of just a few people can ruin it for everybody. And let me get something straight, not every Ninjago fan is like this. I'd argue that most of you guys are extremely respectful and cooperative. I even mentioned that in one of my recent videos. You guys mean the world to me, and a lot of you guys behave very well, so big thank you to all of you guys who actually know what you're doing and know when to quit. But in terms of the Ninjago fandom, like I said, the majority of you guys are okay, but the people that aren't are primarily kids. Let's be real. There are a lot of kids in the Ninjago fandom, and yes, some kids act very well behaved and are very, very well mannered, so once again, big shout out to all of you guys. But a lot of really young kids don't really know any better, and they'll go to Tommy Andreason expecting to get hints for the next season and get the answer right off the bat, and like I said, they don't really know any better. Doesn't mean they shouldn't learn though. There's definitely a level of education that's needed there, where we need to understand and need to go ahead and motivate younger Ninjago fans to understand that people like Tommy Andreason simply cannot give all of the answers right off the bat. Ninjago is still a business at the end of the day. It's still something that we need to actually wait patiently for new seasons to come out. We can't really get all the answers immediately after Seabound's ending. I could see why people would want to, but like I said, it's not like we haven't waited for Ninjago seasons before. Just be patient and they'll come out. Like any other fandom in existence, there's going to be some bad apples in this community, and that's okay. I mean, the Ninjago community has certainly changed since I was a kid. Instead of people trying and horribly failing to ruin other people's careers to get views, we have people just being selfish and disrespectful. We have Twitter wars over the most pointless things. Do I think it's ever going to stop? Probably not anytime soon, especially not on Twitter, where any pin drop causes mass hysteria. Honestly, I don't blame Tommy Andreason for leaving Twitter, but let me reiterate, most of this community is pretty good. That's why I'm still here, that's why you're still here. The Ninjago community is a lot of fun when you find the right people, which the majority of the community is the right people. However, like I said, you do have some bad apples in there that just kind of ruin the experience for everybody else. Now, in order to move on from this, I'd say ideally we should probably stop asking people that work on the show for hints and clues and spoilers. That'd probably be a very good step one. In terms of step two, just be nice to each other, Just try to be civil in some regards in the comment section and in Twitter DMs or in Twitter threads or whatever. It's really not that complicated at the end of the day, but do I expect anything to change anytime soon? Not really. Like I said, I don't blame Tommy Andreason for leaving Twitter. I feel bad that he had to because of all the constant replies and requests for spoilers. And like I said, we as a community could probably do a little bit better. In fact, I feel like a lot of us could probably go out of our way to kind of motivate the younger fans of this community to not constantly harass people that work on the show for information. Like I said, we've been waiting for Ninjago seasons for years. We have 15 plus seasons at this point. We've had to wait for seasons before. Why is this time so different? We've had seasons with cliffhanger endings before, and it wasn't like this back in the day. It's only now that Twitter has become more popular and more of a dumping ground for a lot of really toxic people that we see behavior like this. Once again, not everybody on Twitter is toxic, not every Ninjago fan is toxic. Like any fandom in existence ever, there's going to be some bad apples in the Ninjago community, and I feel bad that Tommy Andreason, one of the co-creators of the entire franchise that we love so much, had to leave the platform due to people constantly harassing him over spoilers. That's just not right in any way, shape, or form. Will we see Tommy Andreason back on the platform once again? Probably, but it's probably not going to be for a very long time. Until then, I feel like we can do our parts to kind of motivate Ninjago fans to be a little bit more civil, especially a lot of the younger demographic of this community, which might make up a large majority of it, I'm not really sure. But from what I've seen, like I said, let me reiterate for the final time, the majority of Ninjago fans, from what I've personally seen, are very kind, humble, and civil people. However, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be some bad apples, and we're definitely seeing that in this community especially. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts in today's video. Kind of a little bit more of a serious one. Wasn't really intending to go for a more serious approach to this video, but honestly, this is kind of a big deal. This is kind of a very tragic thing that happened. Tommy Andreason being chased off of a platform for not providing spoilers for the Ninjago fandom. Yeah, not great, guys. Not great on our part. I feel like we're kind of all to blame regarding this in some way, shape, or form, but I feel like we can definitely learn from this experience and move on and try to make the community maybe a better place, maybe a more wholesome place. That's just my opinion. But leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, guys, regarding this. What do you think is going to be happening as a result of this? Do you think Tommy Andreason is going to be gone forever off of Twitter? And do you think the Ninjago fandom went a little too far on this one? Leave all your thoughts down below, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for me here today, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.